Okay, so I want to talk about transformation and this thing called double transformation. All right, so here's an example of our fern from an earlier demo. And I've taken all the things, all the components of this, the stroke that the paintFX path is attached to, and then the mesh network that is being driven by the paintFX stroke, and the cube that's being duplicated in the mesh points. All right. So when I move this group, watch what happens. The stroke, right, and the mesh network move twice as far as the null or the group, the parent and the curve. And why is that? That is because of double transformation. When I move the group, I'm moving this curve, but I'm also moving the stroke, right? So here, if I change the background color here, hold on. I'm moving the curve, and then I'm moving the stroke that is being driven by the curve simultaneously, which is adding a double transformation, twice the transformation from the underlying group. So let's zero that out. So that's something to be on the lookout for as we make these kind of more elaborate networks where one thing is driving the next and driving the next is this double transformation thing. So if we want to move our mesh networks, really what we're focusing on here, we could either move the curve, which is driving the stroke, all right, or we could move the stroke. And I would recommend moving the curve because it just, I don't know, it just makes more sense in terms of like one kind of thing driving the next thing. But, you know, whatever, it's up to you. Now, what about if we had a situation like this? So I have a cube. I make a mesh network. And I want to move it. If I try to move this cube, nothing happens. If I try to move the mesh network, nothing happens. Okay? So what we can do in a scenario like this is add another mesh node, and that node is called a transform. So I add a transform node. And what that does is now I can change these values and move it around, right? Which is great. Now, just changing values around though is a little tedious. So what you can also do is just right click on this and create a null. And then that way it's just a little easier to deal with and move things around like that. So now you have a controller. All right.